guys, my name's Matt from Discovering His Way. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. I am going over today 2 of Stihl's most advanced trimmers known to man. On planet Earth, there is nothing equivalent. And these 2 units, which are much more advanced and are replacing previous models, already stood the test of time. Friends, I'm talking here about the Stihl FS 240R and the Stihl FS 131. These units, like I said, are replacing the FS 250 and the FS 130. Those were powerful units, and I thought Stihl could never ever make anything better. But I was wrong, and Stihl was right. Friends, when I'm talking about power, when I'm talking about reliability, when I'm talking about torque, when I'm talking about get it done in the hot sun, you're looking at them. There is nothing in this world, or no company in this world, that makes a better weed eater than these 2 amigos. They are my friends. What I just shared with you, no one is disputing. No one out there. And I mean, they may be using Husqvarna, they may be using Echo, but when you mention these 2 pigs, guess what? They're like, oh no, that's number 1. You're like, well, Matt, why doesn't everyone buy one? Let me tell you, they're expensive. Friends, when I'm talking expenses, I'm talking close to $700 for the FS 240R. And when we're talking about this unit, the FS 131, we're looking at 4 bills plus tax. You're close to $500. And a lot of people, they're just downright cheap. Friends, I want to tell you something that a Russian one time told me. The cheap man pays twice. I'm telling you, you're going to either pay up front or you're going to pay month after month after month from buying garbage. I'm going to do a product review. I'm going to share with you the difference between the 2-stroke, the 4-stroke. I'm going to tell you about the line shaft. I'm going to tell you about the cutting swath. I'm going to tell you the tips and tricks of what makes these 2 the champions of all the world. Guess what we're going to do? We're gonna play in Mommy's sandbox. Look behind me. I was driving everywhere and I was like, oh no, see my lawn? It's manicured. Oh, it's manicured, it's beautiful. I needed a place where I could just sweat bullets, get up and get it on, okay? And let the smoke fly. All right, guys, the 240R, you know that's a 2-stroke. It's been proven. A lot of landscapers, a lot of people out there, they like the 2-stroke. It's been proven for 35 years. The 4-stroke, Stihl and a lot of other companies are going with a 4-stroke, which is a 4-stroke 4 mix. You're still using that oil-gas ratio that you would use on the FS 240R. Why are they doing it? Emissions. It's all about emissions. With the 4-stroke, you're going to get a lot more torque. It is a lighter unit. The 4-stroke is always going to be lighter than a 2-stroke, bar none, no matter. It's always going to be easier to start. Why? Because of the compression. The 4-stroke 4 mix, what they're trying to do is recirculate some of that exhaust, meaning get more bang out of the buck on the what? On the gas. And they've succeeded to do it, so much so that the EPA is off their tail. Now with the 2-stroke, yes, they have made some modifications to it, but it truly is a 2-stroke. Now, here's the only thing I can say really bad about the 4-stroke. If a person is using this for 12 hours a day, month after month for years, after thousands of hours, these valves normally have to be adjusted, because lawn maintenance guys that I know and commercial users of these products, you know, they'll have one of these 4 or 5 years, but you know, one guy's using it for 8 hours, then the next shift is using it for 10 hours, and it goes on and on and on. They're dropping them, and they just keep on going and going and going. But there is more maintenance down the road with the 4-stroke other than the 2-stroke. First, let's talk about the similarities. Both of these units have a steel-on-steel clutch, and you're like, well, what is that for? So there's no slippage. What that does is it helps you to keep from snapping the rod that's within the solid shaft. A lot of the cheaper companies that produce a weed whacker, not a trimmer, let's not give them any respect. Man, all the time, they're blowing out their head, they're blowing out their shaft. Why? Because it can't take it. Where this is steel on steel by Stihl. And here's the thing, that clutch is going to enable you, if you get locked up between two rocks, that you're not busting your unit. Both of the tanks, guys, are translucent, meaning I can see my fuel. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see on both of these units where the fuel is. A lot of the competitors out there, they don't have that. They really don't, and it sucks. Here is where you would adjust your carburetor. Friends, can I tell you this? Most people are not real good at adjusting the carburetor. If it needs an adjustment and it's under warranty, just take it into the Stihl dealer. But guys, that's where you would do it if you needed to do it. One of the things I like is there's no loose wires. They've tucked the wires away, and yes, you have to have some wire, but they're what? They're protected with this coating that's lined on the inside. This just isn't two wires in plastic. Oh no, there's a lining in there. And why? Because these were made to be put to work, and they're gonna what? Protect their investment. Do you realize when you buy these units that they're giving you an initial 2-year warranty? Now, when I bought these, they said if you buy motor mix or their oil, they will double the warranty. What company in the right mind, okay, knowing people are going to abuse these and use these, would give you a 4-year warranty? Only a company that made them indestructible. It's like into a tank. Even the casing on this is hard. It's a polymer, meaning people call it plastic. I want to smack them in the head when they call it plastic. It's not plastic, it's ballistic polymer. Well, what does that mean? It means when you drop it, you'll rarely see one of these cracks. Ballistic polymer is also covering the anti-vibration system. Friends, let me tell you, I've been out there using a buddy's weed eater. He said, hey Matt, will you come to my house? And I'm thinking that my friend, we're like-minded. I thought we agreed on a lot of things, okay? Listen. When he pulled out that red piece of crap, oh my goodness, I felt like I was what? I was making minimum wage, and I had a jackhammer, and I was just doing this all day. Man, let me tell you about this anti-vibration system. You can just move this pig left, right, all day long in the hot sun, and guess what? All you need is water. Look at. Why is that? How come I can go 8 and 10 and 12 hours weed eating, hitting the whole side of a mountain, clearing 2 and 3 acres of the nastiest stuff known to man? Why is that? Because Stihl fought ahead. Friends, there's a lot of companies out there, Husqvarna, Echo, the Green Machine, and they all brag about their anti-vibration system, less fatigue on you, but it's not less fatigue on me. Why? Because for hours and hours, I'm just going like this, back and forth, trying to get the piece of crap to start. And they have not mastered the vibration system. They've taken Stihl apart, they tried to copy it, but they just can't do what the Germans have engineered. Friends, they're not smart enough. They're literally not smart enough. And what Stihl puts in this unit costs money, and you know it. Again, the housing on both of these units is ballistic polymer, and I love the Stihl orange. There's nothing like it in the world. The engine power on the FS 131R is 36.3 cc's. It's a 2.2 cubic engine. It has 1.4 kilowatt braking horsepower. That is the raw power that's coming out of the engine before it goes down the shaft. It's like you're revving your car engine, but before you put it in gear, before it hits that transmission, that's the raw power. Now with the FS 240R, it's 37.7 cc's, and it's only a 2.3 cubic inch engine, and it has 2.3 braking horsepower. And again, that's the horsepower before it's going down the shaft. Now this is interesting. The 131R is 12 pounds. But when we jump over here, listen to this, to the 240R, you're looking at almost 15 pounds. It's close to 3 pounds more. Why is that? This is a 4-stroke, this is a 2-stroke. This is going to give you lots of low-end torque. This is going to give you high revolutions per minute. This is proven, this is proven. This will last a long time, this will last a long time. These are both units. And again, when we're talking about you if you can't be lugging 15 pounds around, okay, and you're clearing the land, you might want to go with the 131R. I mean, listen, it's 3 pounds less, and after 8 to 10 hours of you getting it on in the hot sun, it really does benefit you. But this unit is fun. There's nothing like just snapping a snake in half on the first go-around. This unit is going to give you 9,600 revolutions per minute of that tap head. That means that head with the string is gonna every minute go around almost 10,000 times, where this, again, has more torque, and it's going to give you about 7,900 revolutions per minute. These units have a very easy to take off air filter cover, and a lot of people, they abuse these machines and still knew they were going to do that, and they give you what? An intelligent carburetor. And you're like, what does that mean? Meaning the carburetor that they have on here senses if your filter is clogged. It also senses bariatric pressure, because these units do not run the same way if you're way, way high in the mountains like in Colorado. But with the carburetor, okay, adjusting the fuel air mixture, guess what? You could be anywhere in the entire world and they're gonna run like a dream, whether you have a clogged filter, no filter, or a brand new filter. And whenever Well, how much gas can it hold? I'm glad you asked. The FS 131R has a 24-ounce tank. Okay, the FS 240R has a 25-ounce tank. And guys, that's enough for about an hour and a half to 2 hours of weed eating because of the new technology that they put in both of these units. The cutting heads, the swath is what they call it, meaning every time I swing the unit, okay, is 16.5 inches. So if I just put the head down on the grass, it's going to be 16.5 inches. A little bit of difference here. This is what I'm used to on the FS 240R, this handle, this configuration, but they've changed it up a little, and they're changing it with all of them now. I am used to this. It's a thicker trigger, and there's an off and on switch. Here, it's a much lighter trigger, and again, they're doing these things, okay, to help it to be easier. And now there's no off and on this. It's always on, but when you want to stop it, you just hit stop. So I do like the new and I love the old. And so it's really a toss-up. These units have a throttle trigger interlock. What does that mean, Matt? It means that this is not going to pull until my hand is here. Because here's the thing, there are times when we just grab it real quick, and the last thing you want to do is have this thing spinning around and you don't have control of it. Friends, this is not a toy. This is likened unto a lethal weapon. And I know there's some guy out there, okay, he's listening to this, he said, man, that's not a lethal weapon. Friends, did I ever tell you the time I was trimming in the woods and a bear came after me? I just put this pig out there and started revving the engine. Guess what? Bye-bye, bear. I had bear spray. Did I pull it? I don't need to pull it when I got the Stihl. Friends, how many snakes have tried to bite Matt? Have any succeeded? Listen. Have any succeeded? Goose egg. Why? Because I chop them in half. And here's the thing. If I'm really hungry and I got 5 more hours to do in the hot sun, I might make a little campfire and have me a little snack. Now, a lot of people like the strap that helps them to pull some of the weight. They put it around their shoulder. This is nice. This is metal, but it's covered in a high polymer plastic. This is just the true and tried that I'm used to. Again, with the FS 131R, they have this new handle. They have a rubber coating around it. This is the plain old Jane that I'm used to. I don't know how this is going to do, honestly, if you sweat a lot. Meaning this, it's gonna, I don't know if that would be more slippery. Some people want, a bigger handle. Some people want a smaller handle. It really just is what your taste is. I like them both. Friends, when you prime it correctly, it's 1 pull. It's not 10 pulls. It's not 5 pulls. It's not even 3 pulls. Friends, if I have to pull the cord 3 different times, can I tell you something? I'm taking it to the Stihl dealer because it's not functioning correctly. Normally, I pull once. 1 shot, 1 kill, never die, never will. It's Stihl. Let's talk about the drive shaft. It's fully lined. No one else is doing this. What does that mean? This shaft is warranted for the life of your Stihl product, your trimmer. I mean, they're just not putting a steel rod in here that's spinning around and spinning the gear head. Oh, no, but your competitors are. No, they're putting an insulated line, okay, that is noise dampening and protecting that wire, that rod, okay? And friends, I tip off my hat, I drop my Oakleys in honor of Stihl. They have done so much to make it easier for me to be cutting grass, whether, again, I'm a commercial lawn maintenance guy or just Joe down the road that wants to go around mommy's tulips. Both of these units will allow you to change out the gear head. Well, what does that mean? Meaning this, I can put all kind of attachments on here. Listen, all the attachments will fit onto this unit, so I'm not... Guys, both of them have purge pump primers, and that's what you're gonna push. You push it like 3-4 times, it's gonna put the gas into the carburetor. Stihl uses a heavy duty, like a rubberized plastic. So 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years down, this is not cracking. And I think it's genius. I've bought a lot of other products and they have a primer and they're always cracked or they're always broke. Not your Stihl. Some guy the other day, I was reading one of his comments on one of my other Stihl reviews, and he says, yeah, I listened to you, Matt, and I bought it, but it's not balanced. I thought, are you on crack? I mean, listen, did the Stihl dealer not talk to you? Did you do no due diligence? Did you not do your research? Here's the thing, my good friend. You see this handle here? It goes forward and backwards, and you can adjust it because everyone is different. Friends, right here, balance. Guys, here is a really neat feature. The FS240R, let me show you. It says right here, made in Germany. They ship this thing over from Germany, which I think that's the people who make Stihl. I don't mind that at all because the Germans are just fanatics about quality control. This is made in the good USA. So if that's a big issue for you, you might want to get the FS131R. And again, the FS131R is replacing the FS130, and the FS240R is replacing the FS250. I've owned both of those units, and I like these two new units much, much more. I notice more power, more responsiveness. I can taper the speed. I like how they handle themselves over the course of a day. I really, really do. Why don't people go buy these? Because they're expensive, honestly. So let's talk about this just for 2 seconds. This is the FS131R, okay? Do you realize you go up into the upper levels of their their units that they're selling, like FS311. It's the dual handle one. Move it left to right. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like this, and you're going like this. And all that is doing, it comes with a blade right from Stihl. It's not for the yard. It's for just tearing down anchorage, going through the nastiest crap here on planet Earth. Do you want to know something? This is the exact same engine, all right? It's the exact same engine that they're using on the FS311. How much is the FS311? The last time I looked, it was $850. When we look at the FS360, which again is just nothing but for clearing brush, it has the blade, it has the dual handles, same engine as the FS240R, exact same engine. That unit, all right, before you get out the door, $1,100. Do you see what a value these two units are? Because I know a lot of people are squawking. They're thinking, oh, Matt, $700. Oh, Matt, $450. Oh, Matt, nothing. Okay, no, it's thank you, Stihl. Why am I thanking Stihl? Because they are giving you the better engines that are on their higher line. And they're putting them on these units. Why would they do that? Watch this very carefully. Again, those units are $800, $1,100 once you're out the door, but they are clearing, I mean, nasty stuff that's taller than you and I. It's going through branches, it's going through limbs, it's going through saplings, it's going through bunnies and rabbits, it's going through snakes. Okay, you're protecting yourself out there from cheetahs and cougars and all that other stuff, and yet it has the power to do it. So how much more power do you have in your lawn just going around the beds? just doing a neighbor's lawn. Oh my god, do you see how much power is at your disposal with these professional units, and you're not shelling out $1,100? Thank you, Stihl. I owe you one. Guys, both of these have what's called a protected spark arrestor muffler. It has large baffles which reduce noise levels and contain a screen designed to reduce emissions of sparks and stuff. Now let me tell you something that's interesting. Yeah, here's where the muffler is on both of these. You can look down here, okay? I don't know if you can see your hands, okay? There's a screen in here. You can actually, after a little bit of time, if it's just not running like you would like it to run, and you're like, man, it seems like something's going wrong, you can take one screw out, pull this metal screen out, rinse it out, put it back into the muffler, and guess what? You're right as rain. She'll start purring again. Whenever I'm having problems with throttling, I'm always the first thing I have to do. I'm going to check the air filter, because here's the thing. While all the dust and all the dirt and all the grime is always landing on what? It's always landing on the grass. What are you doing? I'm cutting the grass. I'm trimming the grass. I'm murdering the grass. The grass is scared of me, Matt. I'm glad to hear it. But all that dust and stuff is going up in the air, and it's getting sucked into your air cleaner. You wouldn't believe how quickly these can get dirty. You can take them apart, blow them out, put them back in, not a problem, do it all the time. But every year, I honestly like to just replace the thing and start over. Guys, let's do a field test on the Stihl FS 131R and see what we can do. Let's crank it. You don't want to get this around your mama's tulips, baby. You want to kick it up a notch? Let's do it! Proven, baby! #1 for a reason! Whoa! Guys, the time has arrived. Field test of the FS 240R. Oh yes, I got the GoPro on the front. Check it out. You're gonna get a slow-mo of the grass crying out, no, don't destroy me. No, you need to be destroyed because you grew up on my land. All right, let's see if Stihl holds up to his reputation. Oh, 2 pulls, it's okay. Let's go over here. Can I ask you a quick question? Who's your daddy? The force is with you, young Skywalker. Woo! I chopped a snake, by the way. He got caught up in the head, chopped him in half, he swung around, and then it swung him about 10 feet that way. I couldn't believe it. No, I'm just kidding. I wish I came across a snake, but I did find some flowers for Mama. Look at. So, hey, let's go. Let's get a few flowers for Mama. Oh, look at the beautiful flowers. Check out the beautiful flowers. Oh, here you go, Mama. Flowers for my wife. I buy them because she's great. What's that on the front of your FS 240R? That's a reward. That's a badge of honor. Man, that shows you weren't just at a pool hall drinking beers, okay, playing 8-ball. No, you were on the earth, clearing the land, because you are more than a conqueror. Guess what? You might be the last of the Mohicans. Yeah! So here's the question. You're like, Matt, who's the winner? You're the winner if you get either of these. That's who's the winner. I mean, honestly, you're the winner because Stihl products rock. You're like, Matt, come on, honest opinion, which one do you prefer? You got $10,000? No? Okay. Would you buy me a cup of coffee for doing this review? You can go down to my description and buy me a cup of coffee. Let me tell you about these two units, okay? Everything is application. Do you understand? These are high-end units. Around the house, okay, I would prefer the 240R all day long. I can taper the trigger a lot better than the 131. They've come a long way since the FS 130, but the 131, it seems like it's the same, not problem, but it's high and higher. And so if I'm going around delicate areas, maybe there's grass growing through rocks, I don't want to be just ripping through it at 1,000,000 miles an hour, okay? Because rocks are going to hit cars, hit your house, hit windows, hit your neighbor's stuff, and so people freak out. They've done a good job on tapering the power. This has torque like you would not believe. Okay? 240R compensates with a faster engine and more revolutions per minute. Yet I can taper this one down. It is a good choice if you are equal, if you are back and forth on this and you just don't know which way to go. Friends, save a few bucks. You can get this unit for around $430. Buy the oil, you might be up to $450, okay? This is gonna run you $7. And there's nothing saying if you buy this 131R that you can't buy the 240 later, okay? Depending on the job. Look at the height difference between the 240 and the 131. Do you see the difference in height? When would that come in? Friends, if you're on the side of a hill, okay, you want your stick to go way in front of you. You want to be able to angle it, okay, so you can swing it, so you're not crawling up. Does that kind of make sense? Let me explain it real quick. I want this like this, so I can go up the hill and I don't have to take as many steps. With this, it's shorter, so I only have a certain cutting swath that I can do. It's not bad, but I like the bigger pole, longer pole, so I can reach. Also, with the 240R, man, I don't know of any man that hasn't been mowing someone's lawn or going through a neighbor's lawn who neglected their yard. Shame on you. Who didn't run into a snake, who didn't run into something out there. Friends, if I hit a bottle, look how far this unit is, the head, from me. It's a good ways. I want the head as far out as it can be, but again, we're talking 15 pounds, and the 131, we're talking 12 pounds. It's a lot of difference. So again, everything is application. I hope this helped you. I hope this blessed you. Don't you dare watch this and not give me a thumbs up. Listen, give me a thumbs up. This was hard doing this. I got to clear the rest of this. And you're like, man, are you going to clear all that? Heck yeah, I'm going to clear all of it. You getting paid? No. Why are you doing it? Just so I can sweat and be a man. This is Matt. Hoo-wah! Yeah, baby! Saying, go get yourself a Stihl and never steal one. Peace!